divers. Ready for another deep dive?
Let's do it.
Awesome. So today we're going to be talking all about...
Asteroids.
Yeah. Specifically, Asteroid 2024 YR4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one that's been all over the news lately?
Right.
That Yahoo News article?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asteroid triggers global defense plan.
That's the one.
Yeah.
A mid-chance of collision with Earth in 2032.
Oh, yeah, that does sound a little scary, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, come on, 2032.
Yeah.
That's not that far away, but before anyone starts panicking,
Right.
we've got an expert here to help us break down the facts.
Happy to be here.
So no need to worry about, you know, like a disaster movie scenario just yet.
Definitely not.
Okay, yeah. So, welcome. Let's start with, you know, the basics, I guess.
Sure.
What do we actually know about this asteroid? Like,
About 2024 YR4.
yeah.
Well, it was discovered pretty recently, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just last month.
Wow.
December 27th, 2024.
Huh.
And it's estimated to be about 100 meters wide.
100 meters wide.
Yeah.
Like, how big is that?
So picture like a football field.
Okay.
Yeah. About that length hurtling through space.
That's a pretty big football.
Haha. Right.
Okay, so a football field-sized asteroid,
Wow.
and it has a 1.3% chance.
That's right. A 1.3% chance of colliding with Earth
Oh, here we go.
on December 22nd, 2032.
December 22nd, 2032.
Yeah.
Okay, now hold on a sec.
Mhm.
You said December 22nd,
I did.
2032.
That's right.
That's like right before Christmas.
Yeah, no, right?
So much for holiday cheer.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but, you know.
Well, okay, but 1.3%,
Yeah.
that doesn't really seem like that big of a risk, does it?
Right. It's not a huge number,
Right.
but it is enough to, you know.
To what?
Well, it's enough to get the attention of the planetary defense community.
Ah, okay, so they're like on it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like it.
And, you know, it's important to remember,
What's that?
context is key.
Okay, how so?
Well, 1.3% might not sound like much,
Right.
but on the Torino Impact Hazard Scale,
Torino Impact Hazard Scale.
2024 YR4 is currently sitting at a 3.
Okay, wait, so
Yeah.
Torino Impact Hazard Scale.
That's right. It's a scale that helps us kind of
Yeah.
prioritize which objects, you know, deserve our attention.
Oh, so like a ranking system.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
So a 3 out of 10 basically means,
Like a C.
kinda.
Yeah.
It means it's worth keeping an eye on,
Okay.
but it's not, you know, an immediate run for the hills situation.
Right.
Remember Apophis back in 2004?
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that the one that...
Yeah. It caused quite a stir initially.
I remember that.
Early calculations suggested
Yeah.
like a way higher chance of impact,
Right, like it was going to hit us.
pretty much.
Wow.
But then, thankfully,
Yeah.
further observations downgraded it.
Oh, thank goodness.
Right.
So this is kind of similar.
Yeah, in a way.
Like we're maybe getting a little ahead of ourselves.
It's possible,
Okay.
but better safe than sorry.
Very true. But it does seem like we're hearing about more of these, you know...
Probably.
Yeah, like all the time these days.
It does seem that way.
Is that because we're like better at finding them or...
You're actually right. Our ability to detect and track asteroids,
Really?
yeah, it's constantly improving.
That's good, I guess.
Yeah, it's actually a really good sign. It means we're much better prepared.
You mean if one was actually headed our way?
Exactly. We'd have more time to
And
react.
so it's like a good news, bad news kind of thing.
Uh-huh. You could say that.
More knowledge, more peace of mind,
Exactly.
even if it's a little scary at first.
That's true.
Okay, but let's get down to it.
Okay.
Hypothetically,
Right.
if this thing did hit,
If 2024 YR4 hit Earth,
yeah,
well, the good news is
there's good news.
it's not a planet killer.
Like the dinosaurs.
Exactly. No mass extinction event.
Okay, that's a relief.
Right. However,
However,
a 100-meter asteroid could still cause
oh no.
Yeah. significant regional devastation.
Regional devastation.
Yeah, it would be pretty bad.
Like how bad are we talking here?
Well, imagine, like, thousands of atomic bombs.
Whoa, hold on, thousands.
Yeah,
Okay.
all concentrated in one spot.
Okay. That's a terrifying thought.
Yeah, it's not something to take lightly.
Definitely not.
But thankfully,
Yeah.
there are people working on this problem.
Okay, who?
Well, the International Asteroid Warning Network,
Okay.
they're gathering more data, you know,
Say about
2024 YR4's orbit.
to see if it's actually going to hit us.
Exactly. They're trying to refine their predictions.
Okay. And who else?
Well, there's also the Space Mission Planning Advisory Group.
That's a mouthful.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But they're basically
Okay.
developing plans.
Plans for what?
Well, in case we need to intervene.
Intervene?
Yeah,
You mean like stop it from hitting us?
exactly.
Wow, so we're like actually at the point
Yeah.
where we can like do something about this.
I mean, we're getting there.
Wow.
Remember the DART mission?
DART!
Yeah.
What?
NASA intentionally crashed a spacecraft.
Right, into an asteroid.
Right? Just to see if we could, like, change its course.
And it worked.
It did. It was a huge success.
That's incredible.
And the really cool thing is,
What's that?
2024, YR4 is actually similar in size
Oh, wow.
to the asteroid they targeted in DART.
So you're saying...
We might be able to do the same thing with this one.
That's amazing. So, like, we already have the tech?
In a way, yeah.
Wow.
But there's a catch.
A catch.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Always a catch.
Right now, 2024, YR4 is moving away from Earth.
Oh.
So it's kind of hard to observe.
So we just have to wait.
Well, we'll get another good look at it in 2028.
2028.
Yeah, when it swings back around.
So it's a waiting game for now.
Basically, yeah.
But it sounds like people are working on it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Lots of planning and preparation happening behind the scenes.
That's good to know.
And, you know, it really highlights,
What does it highlight?
well, how planetary defense has become, like, a truly global effort.
I see.
Everyone working together.
That's awesome. But it does make you wonder about what?
Well, if we did need to deflect this thing,
Yeah,
who gets to decide?
that's a great question.
Right. Like, is there, like, a committee or...
Uh-huh. I don't know about a committee, but
Okay.
it's definitely a complex issue.
Yeah. No kidding. So many factors to consider.
Absolutely. And that's something the international community
Really?
is actually grappling with right now.
Wow.
So this situation with 2024 YR4,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a real-world test case.
For planetary defense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's forcing us to confront some really big questions.
I bet. Like,
Yeah.
what are the ethical implications of all this?
That's a big one for sure.
Like, who gets to decide the fate of the planet?
Yeah, it's a heavy responsibility.
No kidding.
And there are no easy answers.
This is getting deep.
It is.
It really makes you think.
It does. It's not just about the science anymore.
Right.
It's about the bigger picture, you know?
Yeah, like what it means to be human in this vast universe.
Exactly.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
My mind is officially blown.
Aha, mission accomplished.
So we've got this asteroid potentially hurtling towards Earth.
Right.
And now we've got to figure out, like,
Yeah,
the ethics of planetary defense.
that's right. It's a whole new chapter.
This is going to be interesting.
It is.
Well, all right, deep divers, buckle up,
Oh.
because this is just the beginning.
Stay tuned.
We'll be right back after a quick break.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it is pretty mind-blowing when you really think about it.
It is.
So we've got all these international organizations, you know, like the International Asteroid Warning Network
Right.
and the Space Mission Planning Advisory Group,
Yeah.
all working together.
Hmm?
But, I mean, that's got to be a huge challenge.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
in coordinating efforts across different countries,
Yeah.
different space agencies.
I mean, everyone's got to be on the same page.
Right, exactly.
And I imagine there are, like, political considerations, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Every nation has its own priorities,
Mm-hmm.
its own resources,
Its own agendas.
right? And all of that comes into play.
So, yeah, it's not just about the science, then.
No, it's a lot more complicated than that.
It sounds like a logistical nightmare.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sometimes it can be.
So how do they even begin to approach something like this?
Well, communication is key.
Okay,
Lots of communication transparency and a willingness to compromise.
that makes sense.
The International Asteroid Warning Network, for example,
Uh-huh.
they rely on a whole network of observatories.
Really?
Yeah, all around the world.
Wow.
And scientists from all these different countries
Huh.
sharing data observations.
So it's like a global neighborhood watch for asteroids.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Everyone's looking out for each other.
It makes you feel a little bit safer.
It does. And then you've got the Space Mission Planning Advisory Group.
Right, those guys.
Yeah, they're focused on the what-if scenarios.
What if it's actually coming right at us?
Exactly. They bring together experts
Okay.
from different space agencies to assess, you know,
So
what are like the feasibility of different mitigation strategies.
mitigation strategies, meaning like,
Like, how do we actually stop this thing?
oh, got it.
Like the technology demonstrated by the DART mission
Yeah, right.
and developing those contingency plans.
Just in case.
Exactly.
Well, it's reassuring to know
I think so too.
that there are people thinking about this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Some very smart people.
Working on solutions.
Absolutely. It's a global effort.
Okay, but you mentioned earlier that we have to wait until 2028 for another good look at 2024 YR4.
That's right.
So does that mean we're just like sitting around twiddling our thumbs until then?
No, not at all. This waiting period is actually crucial.
How so?
Well, it gives us time to gather more data,
Oh, I see.
refine our observations.
I thought the asteroid.
Exactly. And improve our understanding of its orbit.
So we can make better predictions?
Precisely. The more accurate our predictions,
Yeah.
the better prepared we'll be.
When it comes back around.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're using this time to our advantage.
Exactly. We're not just sitting around.
That's good.
There's a lot of work to be done.
And I guess it's important to remember, too,
That's that.
that 2024 YR4,
Yeah.
it's not the only one out there.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It's just one of many.
Near-Earth objects.
Exactly.
Kind of reminds you that this is an ongoing thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Asteroid discovery is a continuous process.
Like, even with all our fancy technology,
Uh-huh.
there are still asteroids out there
Oh, yeah. Tons of them.
that we haven't even seen yet.
Right. We're finding new ones all the time.
Wow.
Planetary defense is not a one-time event.
It's like a never-ending story.
Uh-huh. Kind of. It's a long game.
Right, so we're always learning, adapting.
Absolutely. Refining our strategies.
It's bigger than just protecting ourselves from asteroids.
It's about understanding our place in the universe.
Yeah,
You know,
I like that.
it's about expanding our knowledge, pushing the boundaries of science and technology.
And working together as a species.
Exactly. It's a truly global effort.
Okay, that's officially blown my mind again.
Uh-huh.
But on a more practical level,
Yeah.
what can we as individuals actually do?
To help.
Yeah, like, is there anything?
Well, first and foremost, stay informed.
Stay informed.
Yeah. Follow the news, read articles.
Listen to podcasts.
Exactly. Podcasts like this one. Keep up with the latest discoveries.
Say where this is going.
Huh. But seriously,
Okay.
public awareness is crucial.
So you're saying everyone should listen to more deep dive episodes?
Uh-huh. Well, if it helps spread the word. But really,
Okay.
the more people understand the risks,
Huh.
the more support there will be for research and development.
Right, so knowledge is power, even when it comes to asteroids.
Exactly.
Is there anything else we can do?
Well, you can also support organizations
Organizations that are like,
involved in planetary defense.
okay, like who?
Well, you know, NASA, the European Space Agency,
Right.
other research institutions,
Yeah.
they all rely on funding and public support.
I can donate.
You can. Even small donations can make a difference.
Cool. I didn't know that.
It all helps. Every little bit counts.
That's good to know.
And you know another thing.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that
What's that?
most asteroids aren't actually a threat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're just out there doing their thing.
So it's not all doom and gloom.
Not at all. They're fascinating objects, really.
Huh.
They can teach us so much about the solar system.
That's cool.
And, you know, Hollywood doesn't always help.
Oh, yeah. The movies always make it seem like.
Right. Like it's some kind of last-minute heroic intervention.
Yeah. Yeah, like blowing up the asteroid at the last second.
Exactly. But in reality, it's much more nuanced than that.
It's not all explosions in slow motion.
Not quite. Planetary defense is about careful planning,
I see.
early detection, strategic thinking.
So it's more like a chess game.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay, well, that makes me feel a little better.
Good. It's not about living in fear.
Right.
It's about understanding the risks and being prepared.
And using our knowledge to protect the planet.
Exactly. That's what it's all about.
Okay, this conversation has really shifted my perspective.
I'm glad to hear that.
Instead of seeing asteroids as like harbingers of doom,
Right?
I'm starting to see them as
As what?
like fascinating objects that hold clues to our past
I like that.
and possibilities for our future.
Exactly.
I mean, there's been a lot of talk about asteroid mining.
There has.
Could that be part of the solution?
It could be. Asteroids contain a lot of valuable materials.
Like what?
Precious metals, water, even.
Wow.
And harnessing those resources could be incredibly beneficial.
For space exploration, maybe.
Exactly. It could help us establish a more permanent presence in space.
Now we're talking about the future of humanity.
I know, right? It's an exciting time to be alive.
It really is. It's amazing to think about all the possibilities.
And it all starts with planetary defense.
So it's an investment in our future no matter what.
Absolutely.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything.
I think so too.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
It has. We've covered a lot of ground.
From 2024 YR4 to the future of space exploration.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It really has. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. It's been great talking with you.
And thanks to all you deep divers out there for listening.
Stay curious, everyone.
We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive. So we talked about DART,
Right? The kinetic impactor.
Yeah, crashing a spacecraft into an asteroid.
Pretty cool stuff.
Oh, nice.
And effective.
Definitely. But that seems like it would only work for
Smaller asteroids.
Yeah, exactly. What if we're talking about something much bigger?
Good question. For those scenarios, we might need a different approach.
Like what?
Well, one idea that's gaining some traction is the gravity tractor.
Gravity tractor.
Yeah, it sounds kind of sci-fi.
Like Star Wars or something.
Right. But the concept is actually pretty simple.
Okay, I'm listening.
Basically, you use a spacecraft's own gravity.
Really?
Yeah, to gently tug the asteroid off course.
So instead of smashing into it,
It's more like a delicate dance.
I like it. A cosmic dance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the cool thing is,
What's that?
because it relies on gravity,
Yeah.
it could potentially work on a lot of different types of asteroids,
Oh, that makes sense.
regardless of their composition or rotation.
That's pretty neat. So it's like a more versatile tool.
You could say that. It's still in the early stages of development, though,
Of course.
but it's definitely promising. Then there are other ideas, too.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Oh, there's been some research into using focused solar energy.
Solar energy.
Yeah, you basically vaporize a small part of the asteroid's surface.
Vaporize, like with lasers.
Not quite lasers, but, focused sunlight.
Okay, I'm picturing like a giant magnifying glass.
Uh-huh. Yeah, something like that. And this creates a jet of material,
Oh, I see.
which acts like a thruster pushing the asteroid away.
So it's like a tiny rocket engine on the asteroid itself.
Exactly. A very slow and controlled rocket engine.
It's amazing the things they come up with.
It is. Human ingenuity is pretty incredible.
And I guess there's always the nuclear option.
Right. The classic Hollywood solution.
Yeah, like in Armageddon.
Ah, exactly. But that's definitely a last resort.
For obvious reasons.
Right. The risks and consequences are pretty significant.
No kidding. But it's good to know we have options.
I agree. We're not just sitting ducks.
So what are you most excited about?
In the field of planetary defense?
Yeah, like what gets you up in the morning?
Well, for me, it's the collaboration.
The international collaboration.
Exactly. And the rapid pace of innovation.
Like even just a few decades ago, this was all sci-fi.
It was. And now we're actually talking about deflecting asteroids.
And we have the technology to do it.
That's right. It's incredible to think about.
It really feels like we're on the cusp of something big.
I think so, too. A new era of space exploration and understanding.
Driven by this need to protect our planet.
Exactly. It's bringing us all together.
Okay, well, I think that about wraps it up for us.
It's been a great conversation.
Thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
The pleasure was all mine. Thanks for having me.
And to all you deep divers out there,
Keep looking up.
we'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.